What is the patriarchy?
The patriarchy is basically this idea that there has been like the system of oppression that mostly benefits men and is in the detriment of women. Now, the patriarchy also negatively affects men. A lot of people have this misconception that's like, oh, the patriarchy like only benefits men, like men aren't hurt by it. No, there are clear examples of ways that men are hurt by the patriarchy.
How are you oppressed?
There's been countless and countless times, whether it be in academia, podcast, whatever, where I say something and people say like she's a dumb bitch, or in academia it's more like, oh,
that's not an example of your oppression.
Well, if people are literally saying that, but then when it comes to a man saying the exact same thing I said, being like, oh, that was actually a very intelligent point, well then they are degenerating me, or then they
Are you talking about double standards? Because there's plenty of...
That's a form of oppression. You don't think double standards is a
There's
form
some
of
that
oppression?
benefit men.
Using the
There's
word
some
How
that
are you
oppression,
defining
I don't
oppression?
The oppression Olympics thing is weird. To be clear, because I'm drawing my own, so patriarchy arguably oppresses and raises up both men and women in different ways, right? But when we ask questions like, well, who's more homeless? Men can survive being homeless because we have a lot of biological advantages and because we're not subject to violence from other men in the same types of ways that women are, right? When, for instance, when women talk about, or when red pillars say, you need a man to protect you from who? From other men, right? Because that's typically the people that are abusing or violating other women. So when you ask that question, who's more likely to be homeless, it's probably going to be men, of course. It's like 98%.
So
but women are going to make a homeless.
Fair point, but I want to add on to that because
Sure.
she's saying that the patriarchy, like, you know, disproportionately affects women in a negative way and it doesn't affect men in a negative way.
Patriarchy also negatively affects men. A lot of people have this misconception that's like, oh, the patriarchy like only benefits men, like men aren't hurt by it. No, there are clear examples of ways that men are hurt by the patriarchy.